That's not even a remix. That's just that's the original version. She was talking about doing a remix, but she hasn't gotten there yet. How's everyone doing? It's me. And yeah, anytime anyone calls out for me or Andy, we both look up. You say to us you want an ice cream cone, and both of us say yes. I mean, what in the hell? So Lur did a long game of Betrayal at the House on the Hill Legacy last year. That is such a long name. Oh, well, that's not as...
You don't have the context of it being Betrayal at House.
Mm-hmm. Like, and the Helm, out of respect, you must show it as a whole thing. Oh no. DP, huh? Yep, to all DP fans. Y'all heard about Sweary's apology to DP fans everywhere? Oh, fuck. So, Swery seems to have had a learning experience, and I'm very glad for that. Because Deadly Premonition is fucking amazing. Oh, you're trying to do a robot visor. Well, with context, I get it, but without context, it's kind of hard to tell. Alright. Speaking of which, Sue was talking about doing the bit emotes finally. So maybe we can get an emote of each of our faces. Because I think we have like 10 slots for bits or something ludicrous like that. We'll see how that works. We gotta look into that. Anyway, switch windows here. There we go. Wanna point out Bang Donate in the chat. Them's organizations that are supporting protesters on the front line fighting for basic human rights for Black Americans, something that they have been denied for far too long. These protests have gone on for a very long time, and only recently has the media bothered to pay attention. And that means there's progress being made. There's real fucking progress being made, and that's a good thing. We are at a good point, and we need to keep pushing so it remains a good point and becomes a better point. Fucking, they said liberty and justice for all. Let's make sure that that's fucking true, because it hasn't been. So what version of Phoenix Wright is this going to be? The GBA or the DS or the Switch one? Ah, the Switch one. Yeah, the last time I played this was on Wii. And that was a long-ass time ago, so... And I never finished the third one. Let's go. Guessing my voice is still fine. Yeah, there was a Wii one that was basically a port of the DS one. It worked real well. Press the A button. Okay. I guess that's to figure out what controller setup you're using. Alright. That is some loud beeping. I may actually turn down this... Yeah, there we go. Turn down the sound effect volumes a bit and keep BGM the same. That looks like it'll sound good. Hey, Bad Road. Let's do this. Play this game. This game's wild, by the way. Just a warning, it is complete goddamn nonsense. There are times that your brain may feel a little bit broken. Don't worry, that's more or less intentional. BGM could go up too. I don't know, is anyone having trouble hearing it?
It's a little low, but that's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit because Fel3 requested it, but not a whole lot. How's that sound? Am I still audible over that? Alright. Luckily, I've already played the trilogy, though it's been a bit. Levels sound perfect. Alright. Let's play this game. Episode 1. The First Turnabout. Let me see this. I am actually going to remove this for now because we're going to be talking about it. Just because there's not really a lot of screen real estate to work with. Just remember to keep hitting bang donate in the chat so everyone can see that shit. Oh, CW Blood. I guess. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Hey, Jamie. Boy, sorry, I gotta come up with a good Phoenix Wright voice. Oh, hey, look, I can bring up my stuff. What's a good Phoenix Wright voice? Boy, am I nervous. No, it's gotta be actually likable. Boy, am I nervous. Could just be a big nerd. I mean, I can just use my regular talking voice for Phoenix, but that might seem a little too casual. Let's see. Boy, am I nervous. Alright, that's pretty good. Right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I'm using the dual Joy-Con setup, by the way, which I've never used before. It's actually pretty comfortable. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! I'm telling you, they mistranslated his name. It should be Barts or Bats. But nah, teenagers, right? Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over! I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did that? Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. Huh. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Larry Butts, age 23. A likable guy who's been my friend since grade school. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. Also, Bat in the dub of the anime. The guy who they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. There is. It's sort of a sequel anime, and it's god-awful. It's called Legend of the Crystals. You should look it up. It's very entertaining. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something spells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Thank you, Bad Road. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Oh, there is egregious screen shaking, by the way. Sounds like someone blew a tire. August 3rd, 10 again. 10 again? August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. I think that's a good judge voice. Hey, egregious juice shaking. Yes, exactly, Fel3. I adore that. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Capcom's done a really good job with remakes and reimaginings. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. That's a thing they do in courtrooms. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh, hands shaking, eyesight fading. There's vomit on my sweater already. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. So before major decisions, in the Wii version, you could just hit save before any major decisions, so you wouldn't have to do anything over. I think... No, that's to change your controller. Okay. I'm not sure if you can do that in this version. Oh, yeah, there it is. Excellent. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ah, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Otherwise, I might not know the victim's fucking name. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name! I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check at any time, okay? Cindy's autopsy report. Cindy Stone, age 22, the victim in this case. A model, she lived by herself in an apartment. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please, I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinder Block. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Well, she died because she bled to death. That's not even on here. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct! You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. More juice, hell yeah. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. I gotta do full-on anime-style voice acting. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright just told us the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. Oh, I was planning on it, Andy. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. What, we haven't drilled him? We haven't trained him for the... I guess it's the 3-day justice system. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Matt Anthony! Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies, I don't believe a word of it. Thank you, Christy.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Oh, this hasn't even happened yet. This is the end of the month. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but didn't have a large income.
Most models don't.
It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Ms. Stone was.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, just fucking slander the victim.
What do you think of her now?
That voice you're doing for I'm glad you like it.
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. Gasp in pain, I shouldn't be surprised. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof!
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Well, attorneys can object to a line of questioning. That's a real thing.
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
The thing is, what Payne was doing there would actually normally be a thing that the prosecutor was getting out into the open without expecting an answer. He would expect an objection. He wouldn't oof afterwards. The judge would say, strike that from the record, but it wouldn't matter because the what are they called? The jury would have already heard it. Oh, this guy's Winston Payne. Just as good.
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
No, there's not really juries in this, but in this case, the judge would have already heard it. Gulp!
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Just used all 3 of his frames of animation in one go. That's some strong stuff. This is, like the title of the stream says, this is fast casual justice. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Like, the voice I'm doing isn't actually that far off from the actual voice actor either. Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Hey, it's the murderer.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yeah, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry, because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1:00 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones don't function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Ms. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. All right, Wright, this is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? I only went to 4 years of law school. Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Well, nothing in here seems to contradict that, at least. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
Wow, you didn't want to go inside, but you could find the... But... Alright. Can I... Here, let's first... Oh, that's the wrong button. Let's save the game before making any choices. Because, in fact, you get 3 chances and then it starts over. How did this man get a legal degree? That's a good question.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with the R button if something strikes you as being suspicious. Then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court.
Alright, so... A woman not moving dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. And yet... How did you know the phone was out, right? 5, alright.
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly did that have... Those are absolutely related. Don't lie to me. Apparently I did it wrong. And now we just hit load. Got our life back. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Now how do I prove that that's the contradiction? Because he went inside but said he didn't go inside. Cause of death. Ah, there we go. That's what we want. That's much easier. That is much, much easier. Hell yeah, save scum. I mean, do you want to go back through all the dialogue again? I don't.
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts this autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to, no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw it. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? You gotta do it again. Witness testimony. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m.
Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right? You know what to do. I got this one. Cross-examination.
Damn it, I keep doing that. It's not letting me...
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
So you can't do it on that screen. That's really odd. It's like the more bots we ban, the more show up, huh? Appreciate you keeping on top of that.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program.
I mean, unless you're watching the chat list, you're not gonna see them. They unobtrusively steal your data.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Notice anything suspicious?
You couldn't have possibly heard the time because you're
Wrong. Oh, electricity, obviously. It was probably coming from the television. Electricity to Ms. Stone's building was out from noon to 6.
Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it! You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah!
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor.
It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony one more time, please. Yeah, I haven't seen a wireless television in a very long time. Used to have one. Looked like a suitcase. That was a long time ago. I mean, there is over-the-air TV, but it's all digital signals.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it.
Get it? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there?
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
Come on, that's just obvious. You saw a clock? That would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly.
Cross-examination. Actually, I did hear the time. I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You, with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all, a speaking one. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes.
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, I saw. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... First of all, you don't want to try sounding the clock. That's something different. But, let's see. We should see that the clock is 3 hours behind if we tilt the head back, right? I mean, that's up to you to Google, Bad Road. Let's sound the clock now, right here in this court. Yeah, let's do that. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ugh. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sod heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sod, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it. I was so close! Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I can't let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saw It. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saw It. Mia, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I sure can! Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Wright. Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Huh! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off! Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Air horn sounds. I think he just had a stroke. Order! Order, I say! I believe that would be the time difference between Paris and Los Angeles. I'm assuming that it's different in the Japanese version. Well, this case has certainly turned out different than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete an offense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned.
Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I still can't believe we won! Right, good job in there. Congratulations! Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief look this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yeah, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really do owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat! Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey, here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence? Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thanks. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick! Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? He's a creep, is what we're learning. Larry? Are you sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. The heck is she talking about? The attorney badge. I guess the clock, because she did keep it. Took it with her and everything. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about the clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. Glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Alright, we're gonna take a quick BRB. I'll be back in a few minutes after I get something to eat. Don't go nowhere. And we're back with Chapter 2, Turnabout Sisters. Let's rock. Hey, Xenon. Hey, Riz. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? Haven't called in a while. Sorry. Been busy. Have you been? Well, lonely. It's all your fault. I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know, you want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There is a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here, so I'm giving it to my defenseless sister. I gotcha, so what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, The Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers in it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I think it just skipped a dialogue box. I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like Borgor. I could really go for a good burger. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Now, Ms. Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you're a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you? Ho, you're not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho! My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m., Fay & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What is that smell? Blood. I hope this is not Mia's blood. Mia! Maybe she's in her office. I smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia, the chief's okay. Alright, fine. We'll move. That smell. Blood! Sis? Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? Strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Till finally, she was cold. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this. If there are any clues here. She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. Huh? A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. They seem to be the remains of the glass light stand. Oh hey, it actually records what you've looked at and what you haven't. I'm pretty sure the Wii version didn't do that. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. Do you get it? A nice, luxurious place. The chief's chair, a simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. Shellgaston. You're okay. We got thunder coming in again? You freaking out? Oh, we got thunder coming in again. Poor baby. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. It's almost like she's a human with her own agency and can move about. I hope she didn't run on me. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. This sofa is for clients. It's leather, a real luxury model. Is there a phone in the office? There we go. The Fay & Co. ledger book. Everything's written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Right, I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick! What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. She's screaming the word police. The phone receiver's missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. It's not gonna let me look at the window. Oh wait, slide. No, nothing there. Alright. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police! All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name, says Phoenix. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me? Gaston, you need to stop. Now. The word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. Thing is, he's really bad at his job. What? Like, comically bad at his job. Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. Palms are sweaty. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention setting. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you gonna be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. I better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yeah, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never gonna believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I did it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha! So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him about 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. Forget the last part. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess, but at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yeah? What's with the outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yeah, the clock, shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. You want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh. I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. That also happens to be what we need to present him to get the cell phone. If she escapes, she'll be a small, medium, at large. Fucking hell. I mean, I think the joke, like, the fact that she's like 4 foot tall, I think the joke is that she is a small, medium. I think the translators had a lot of fun here. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of got used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the Thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial killer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9 o'clock. I mean, it is the thinker clock. There was two of them. And now they both killed someone. The lights were off and I could smell blood. And I found her, my sister. That's a good comparison, Bad Road, but it's not quite that extreme. The plot here still bears resemblance to the Japanese version. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. But then you did say almost. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. So if you didn't know, this is anime. People do in fact have superpowers in this story. Huh. Wait. What? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium, with ESP and all that? Yeah, in training. An honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that in training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. Completely dumbfounded. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I hope there's an Apollo Justice remake released. Ah, I thought that'd be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You think you could go ask him to represent me? Huh. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. I love you, tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Let's take a look at this cop. This guard monitors the visitors' room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. No clues here. Smile for the camera. Alright, let's go check out Grossberg. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. Must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. Guess I'll just have to come back later. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Huh. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. That is such a good crack. That painting's been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. Sure, the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. a solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Isn't mahogany usually much, much darker than this? A table for clients. Huh. Elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Alright. Well, let's check out the law offices. September 6th, Fay & Co. Law Offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal! No trespassing! Sorry, don't I know you from somewheres? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. How it's stained can change the color, but that looks a bit light for mahogany. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were, Detective Suede Shoes. Suede Shoes, wasn't it? That's me! Don't step on my blue suede shoes! Wait, that's a song, pal. My name's Dick Gumshoe. Wait, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Oh, that's a good bot name. Ooh, let me look at this unstained mahogany real quick. This excites me for some reason. Wow, that is very light. I never realized. Every time I've ever seen stained mahogany, it's been quite dark. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're the lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I got that. You think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. No, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. Huh? You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal, I already checked all the numbers in the memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. So this is where it teaches us to always lie to the cops. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Maya's cell phone. Received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Okay, I will. And that's the same one we saw at the beginning. So there's some odd loading times sometimes. When it pauses like that, I've already pressed the button and it waits about a second. It's very strange. I thought it was the controller at first, but I've never had these controllers do that with any other game. About Ms. Faye, did you do an autopsy? Huh? You want to know the results, huh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right, you can see the report, but that's all. Autopsy report added to the court record. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you ain't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. Y'all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. No, wait! One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I'd completely forgotten about her. I believe there is an Edgeworth game, yes. The witness? Edgeworth starts out as a real piece of shit, but he's got a character arc. Yeah, Miss April May. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her except that she's named after some months or something. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. Ha ha ha! You got that right, pal! Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal, Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't ya? Of course not! Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became the prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. I'm surprised you don't know him. Of course I know him, I was just playing dumb. And now I'm indignant that he thought that I didn't know. He's a cold, heartless machine who will do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. An old movie poster. Apparently this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Does anyone know what poster this is? It's like got heavy artifacting and stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's a real poster.
Oh, that's SLC Punk.
Is it really
It is
SLC
not.
Punk? Oh, okay. Actually, his name is Detective. If you want to get technical, Bad Road. A prosecutor who is dating Natalie Wynn DM'd me to intimidate me a few months ago. Well, that's fun. We can talk about that elsewhere. That's fucking wild. Mia's favorite potted plant. I remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Caudelin stricta, pal! Who was that? The sky is blue and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Mia's desk, perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome. Meow.
Hi! Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're that lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say anything to that lawyer, pal. I cannot get my voice high enough for this character. The true pain of being intersex right there. Just that, gotta clear my nose. Oh shit, I should get more coffee too. I would love for you to get me some more coffee.
I would do that.
Thank you very much.
It actually does sort of look like the train spotting poster, but I don't think it's train spotting.
There's spit in the cup. Memo to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's also exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was gonna explode for a second there. Wonder what could be inside the drawer. Thank you very much. Coffee. Let's examine this champagne. The late summer moonlight, that's not champagne, that's a window. It'd be difficult to recognize a face from this distance. A simple bed. It's been recently made, nothing eye-catching here. Ah, still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. The flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. You can come up here, yes, and don't worry about it. I know. You're scared. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened, the bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it? Pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Can you just... Who are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've ever blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh, boy. I see there's 2 glasses on the table. Someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Well, let's go look for clues in the garbage. Ah, yes, you can look at the table. Thank you. Bottle and 2 glasses on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Apparently I didn't need to, but good to know. Is Mr. Grossberg back? No, still out. Maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of a throat I've ever heard. Aha! So, you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yeah, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it! Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Ah, yes. Maya Fey, go on. Huh? Why that strange reaction? Ha-cha-cha-cha! I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What is going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Let him. Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. I am glad you liked the Grossberg voice. It was the first one that came to mind, and I'm very happy with it. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Aha! You noticed? It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million, and I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying, jeez. Virtual mission. September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Hey! Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well... Oh, what do I tell her? Well, see? Just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help. I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer. And she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I'd lose my powers. I feel bad for her. All by herself. Up on that mountain. So who was this man who ruined your family? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? Yeah, it was a white guy, like always. That was his name, my sister told me. White. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? So this is probably a game over if I say leave, or else I'll say, but thou must. There's nothing left here for me to do. She'll be better off with a state-appointed lawyer. I think I'd better get home now. Goodbye. It was a few days later when I found out how the story ended. The result of the trial was in the newspaper. Guilty. I'll probably never meet her again. Did I make the right choice? Will I ever know? Mia, if you can hear me, please tell me. I saved right before. Not! I can't let that happen! I'm not leaving here until she takes me as her lawyer. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna defend you whether you want me to or not! Why? Why? Well, I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know. You don't know? Is this girl sitting in front of me the killer? All the evidence seems to say yes, but there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior. Was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know. I've been there. A long, long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one on their side. There's only one thing I know for certain. I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest Miss May is currently using the facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Oh, I almost forgot! You came back quick! Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. Here's a flashback to like 3 minutes ago. White was the name of the guy who ruined me and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A TENS unit. Oh, a wiretap. What would a woman like her be using with a thing like this? Be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. Yeah, totally. Yep. That's admissible. There is definitely something suspicious about Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's you know what I mean. Audience. Oh, Bellboy still there? Bellboy still there? Oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. Saving. So that's a great place to call it for the night. It even said to be continued. Isn't that great? So let me go quickly over the week's schedule. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so that's Zoo with Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Thursday is Alice with Chrono Trigger. Friday is Katie with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Sunday is Community Day with more Claw. Monday is Christy with more Sunless Skies. And Tuesday is more me with more Phoenix Wright and more Aces and Attorneys. Make sure that you hit bang donate in the chat. Check out those organizations there. There are people out there on the ground who need your money more than we do at the moment, and we'd really appreciate it if before you cheer for us, you check them out. They're supporting protesters out there on the ground right now, fighting for the rights of Black Americans all over. Valkyrie is ace, but not an attorney. Well, you're halfway there. We've got a stream team who are listed below here on the page at truck.community. There's 5 great streamers there whom you should follow. And if you do choose to support us with bits and subscriptions and all that, thank you very much. We're able to do this. We're able to continue doing this because of all of you. Not just those who give money, but all those who come in and watch, who tell their friends about us. That's like a real big one. Word of mouth, that's how we can spread. And people who lurk, watch, whatever you do, we're just glad you're here. All right. We'll see you next week. Well, I'll see you next week. Someone else will see you tomorrow.